We are here at the 64th annual convention of Automotive Component Manufacturers Association, that's ACMA in short, and we have a host of industry leaders participating here, and among them is Mr. Rajeev Chaba, CEO Emeritus of JSW MG Motor India, also an industry veteran, and on this World EV Day, what better topic to start off with this conversation than EV? Rajeev, thanks for sparing your time.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
So we just saw a report where it says about little over 6% is the EV penetration, expected to go up to 30 to 35% by 2030. Industry size could be, in terms of turnover, could be anywhere around 1.85 lakh crore. Good ambitions, but there are steps, more interventions to be taken towards achieving that. What, according to you, are those?
I think we all know that this is EVification is an irreversible and inevitable process, and this is good for the climate, good for the country, good for consumers. This is going to happen. Penetration in four-wheelers especially is low right now, at approximately 2%, and is expected should become around 15% by 2030. Now, having said that, there's still a lot of doubts or myths in consumers' mind, and a whole lot of education needs to take place. Now, my favorite example is like the mutual fund thing. I think the whole industry needs to come together and has to have a campaign like mutual funds sahi hai, EV sahi hai. People have questions, rightful, good questions, and some myths about the battery life cycle, charging. How do you charge it? Charging infrastructure, charging cost, and also, sometimes some people confuse that we need to look at the emission only at the tailpipe, or we have to look at the whole carbon footprint of the manufacturing of battery.
It's been an ongoing debate.
Right. So, but overall, we know that globally and including in India, the energy is going to be more from the renewables in future. Renewable portion is increasing in the energy. Capacity already is increasing. Even usage also will increase. So, and the cost of ownership is coming down on EV because the lithium prices are coming down, battery prices are coming down.
So to quantify that, given that MG has been one of the first movers in India?
So the battery price when we started the journey in 2020 was approximately $170, $180 per kilowatt hour. It's already down to around 110, 115, and I'm quite sure in the next 2 years it's going to be below $100. So then the cost of ICE and EV is going to be almost equivalent. And then when you look at the other benefits of instant torque and things like that on EV, people who are driving the car right now, they love it. So actually these are the issues which we need to address and educate customers. Also do some kind of a Mythbuster campaign on EV, and I'm sure this 2% will only go up as we go forward. And more choices to consumers in EV segment probably will help propagate.
Indeed, the more the merrier in the case of EVs, and more than competition, you see them as partners in growing this space. But that's a good idea that you talked about, a consortium approach to have a campaign. Are there any kind of active kind of discussions with your industry peers or anything?
I mean, we are not. It was just a thought. So it's not. We are not collaborating as such. But I'm sure, and everybody understands the importance of this thing. So more and more entries coming, everybody will probably try to educate the customer. So it may not be a very intentional, collaborative thing, but eventually probably it will happen indirectly.
What's the story how's the story progressing in the EVification story progressing in MG's portfolio? Currently, how much is it?
I think we are quite aggressive on the EV penetration. Already we are about 36% of our sales is coming from EV, from Comet and ZSEV, and as you know, we are launching the third EV within the next 2-3 days. Those sales will happen in the next few weeks, but we are announcing the launch of this car in the next 2-3 days. So that's the third entry. So within next quarter, we expect more than 50% of our sale is going to be from EV.
Oh, that's really an aggressive target. So if say 35% is the overall EV penetration for the country by 2030, which is about little over 5 years away. For MG, what could it be?
We have declared our ambition that we want to achieve, we want to expand the capacity, and we want to achieve 250,000 to 300,000 sales by utilizing our first two plants in Halol. So that's what our ambition is for the next few years.
And lastly, with this progress of the MG in terms of the business journey in India with the association with JSW, Now, what are the new dimensions that it offers, and which will help, which you plan to tap to make MG Motor India, now JSW MG Motor India, a much more formidable player?
No, right now our focus is that MG 1.0, if I can say, was focused on the foundation, laying foundation for MG Motor India, the brand, the network, the portfolio, good customer experience. And now in phase 2, we need to expand the capacity, add more cars in the portfolio, and make sure that we become a sizable player. That's what this joint venture is trying to do. So thank you very much. I think we need to rush for the next session.
On that note,
but
wishing
thanks
you
a
and
lot,
your team
right?
all the very best.
Right. Take care.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
There you heard Rajeev Chaba, CEO Emeritus of JSW MG Motor India, talking about the EVification in India, and also the aggressive targets that JSW MG Motor India has as an industry player. So on that note, thank you for watching this interview. Take care and goodbye.